This nun sakin or tanween will always have a letter coming after it, in any case. And it's going to be one of four different, it'll fall into one of four different rules will apply. So you see that there's four different things that we can do. One is, the first is clarity, which is idhar, okay? And there's 6 letters that we'll study that if they come after nun sakin or tanween, we're going to pronounce it with clarity. The second is idgham, which is assimilation, okay? And so how do we assimilate something? The example that we use in English people understand is what? Yeah, mango. Okay, we don't say mango, but we assimilate the N and the G, and it becomes mango. Except we have a ghunna. So there's no ghunna in English. But that's the way that people will understand it. So we say, instead of man ya'mal, we'd say man ya'mal. Or instead of minwa, we'd say miwa. Those are the examples of idgham. And there's more. There's 6 letters there as well. Then there's iqlab, which is conversion. And actually, iqlab is the word qalb, which is heart. It's interesting. It has this. It's from the same root, which is qalb, which means that the heart is a place naturally that changes a lot. The heart changes, and so the state of the heart changes as well. And so iqlab is actually conversion. So when we have a noon sakin followed by a ba, it'll actually convert into a meme, and you'll see that they have a little meme sign in the Quran. And then the last one is ikhfa, which is concealment, and which is we conceal part of the noon sakin when it's followed by all of the remaining 15 letters. Okay? So we had 6, 6, 12, and then one more, 13, and then we have 15 remaining letters for ikhfa. So that's kind of generally. Now specifically, we're going to do the first one today. We're going to do the first rule of nun sakin and tanween, which is al-idhar. And what does that mean? Clarity. So now, if you look at the slide, there's 6 letters. What are they? Yeah. So they're the letters of the halq, the letters of the throat, which are what? No, that's just all over the place. They have to be in the order, right? so they make you memorize all of these things, and the kids as well. So in the poems, everything that we'll study, this is actually an exception because it flows easily, but everything has a mnemonic, everything in Tajweed. Everything they have a word for it. So if you look at the next one, the letters of idgham, it's yarmalun, okay? And if you want to know the letters of qalqala, we'd say qutbu jad. And if we want to know the letters of tafkhim and tarqiq, and there's all different mnemonics for them to make it easy to memorize, okay? So here we have hamza ha, ayn ha, ghayn kha. Going from the bottom up. Hamza ha. So everyone say it. Hamza ha, ayn ha, ghayn kha. Hamza ha, ayn ha, ghayn kha. Oh, so they're not written correctly in order. Oh, that's my bad. Okay, so hamza ha, ayn ha, ghayn kha. Yeah, hamza ha, ayn ha, ghayn kha. We should memorize them, because not only will they be useful for idhar, but you'll know the order from the huruf al-halq, starting from the bottom of the throat, moving up. Hamza ha, ayn ha, ghayn kha. Okay, so now we know what the letters are. What do we do with them? What does idhar mean? Idhar means clarity. Something the zahir is clear. So idhar means clarity. What that means in terms of the rules of tajweed is that you do absolutely nothing. You pronounce it as it is. Okay? So the most basic example of that is what? Yeah. The most basic example is okay. We say صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ. Okay, so there's a noon sakin here. It's a noon with a sukoon. What do? We look at the letter after it. We don't actually look at what comes before it. It doesn't matter. We look at what comes after it, which is an ayn. Ayn is what? kind of letter? Huruf al-halq. So we know we're going to do idhar. So idhar means you just pronounce it as is. There's no ghunna. Ghunna, we'll get into a discussion of ghunna next week. Ghunna is a nasal sound when we hold it. There's no ghunna, there's no like, we don't say aynamta, we don't say an'amta, we don't say anything. It's just an'amta, an'amta. Very easy, right? An'amta. So everybody say it? Good. So we say صراط الذين أنعمت. أنعمت. This is another practice for makharij too. Okay? أنعمت. Good. Oh, and then after that we have عليهم. So again, it's practice for makharij. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. عليهم. Good. عليهم. Good. So now, we have. Let me write an ayah and then we'll recite it. Okay. So somebody recite this. Keeping in mind the makharij and the rule of idhar. So you only know one rule, so it's easy right now. Okay? So you know what it's going to be. Okay? So there's no guessing, so it's easy. Go ahead. Try it. Sorry. Yeah, it's a mud. Good. But now do it again, keeping in mind the makharij that we studied. Min. Is it what is it? So where's the makhraj of this ha? Bottom of the throat. So if you say min ha, this is common. Min ha is sometimes people try to overcompensate and the ha becomes a ha if you try too hard. Okay? So this ha is an easy one. It's actually just exhaling. So أخرج منها ماءها ومرعاها. Again? Okay, so the only mud though is this one. So ماءها ومرعاها. So everybody say it after me. أخرج منها ماءها ومرعاها. ومرعاها. Good. We'll take like one or two more and then we'll stop for the day, inshallah. Okay, so one other rule I should tell you is that anytime you have a noon with a shadda, anytime there's a noon with a shadda, it's an automatic ghunna.